Hi everyone! Today we're going to be painting this watercolor floral Easter egg design. The first thing I'll do is share my sketch so that you can lightly sketch out some pencil lines on your watercolor paper to use as a guide. So if you want to pause this screen, you can copy that onto your paper, and when you're ready to get painting, just press play and we'll get started. We'll begin by mixing some yellow that we'll use as our base to create the first three colors. We're going to turn one of them into more of an orange color, and then one of them into a bit of a pink, and one of them will remain yellow. So we'll add some orange to this one, and a little bit of pink to the one at the top there. Once you have those all mixed, we'll begin by painting some orange flowers. So they're just simple flowers with some little round petals. You don't need to add anything in the middle yet. We will go around later and add some little orange dots in the center of them, but for now, just fill in the outlines. I'm going to mix a bit of dark orange here to drop a little bit in the center of these flowers. And it might bleed into the yellow a little bit just because the yellow is probably still wet. That's okay, we can define it again later by adding another little dot when it's more dry. And the next thing we'll do is begin painting some yellow flowers. And just remember to wash your brush and dry it off between when you're changing colors, especially when you're going from a darker color like an orange to a lighter yellow, just so the colors don't get muddied together or so you don't tint it with the previous shade. And we'll move on to the pink ones now. I'm gonna mix a tiny bit of orange into my pink for this next one, just for some variety. Now just add some orange dots in the center again. And we'll go through and add some more to all the other flowers just to make sure they're nice and defined now that they've dried a bit. And we'll just add one more pink one near the bottom here. And for this next flower, I'm going to mix in a bit of purple. Now we'll grab a little bit of blue to mix into that purple for this next one. It's just going to be for this little tiny flower at the top. And then I'm going to use some orange for this last big flower near the top. I'm just going to darken it a little bit to make it different from the other orange ones. And we'll fill that in here. And those are all our flowers. Now we'll just add that little dot to all the other ones that have dried, and we'll be ready to move on to our greenery after this. Now to start the greenery, we'll begin by mixing some different shades of green. I'm going to do kind of a teal base for them, and then one of them that's a little bit more yellowish and lighter, and the other one a little bit darker, but really any variations of green would work. I recommend going for ones that are a bit more yellowish and then one that's maybe a bit more teal bluish, just to have some variety throughout, but keep them all similar shade so there's not too much difference between the different greenery stems. And then I'll just let you follow along as we begin painting all the different stems. Don't be afraid to mix your greens, add a little bit of water, use multiple shades in one stem. It all makes it look really natural and flow nicely together. So I recommend just grabbing any of the colors and mixing and matching them as you'd like. And let's just fill in all of these almost like a little coloring page. Now I'm just going to switch to my smaller brush here to do some of the finer detail work on these leaves. So we'll just finish up with our last little leaf here, and once you're done, you'll want to let it all dry and grab a fine black pen so we can go over and outline all of these. Again, once they're completely dry, so you don't want to smudge any of your work. So just pause here once it's dry, follow along, and we'll finish outlining everything that we've painted. And this pretty much brings us to the end of our design for today. I'm going to add some little text around mine that says Happy Easter, just to make it a little Easter card. You can leave yours as is or add some finishing touches like this. And either way, I'm so glad you followed along today. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy Easter, everybody. I hope you have an amazing weekend and hope to see you back next time. Have a great day.